Really? There we go. There we go. All right. We are live in 5, 4, 3. Hello, hello, world. Small world. This is a whole new program. It's like starting from scratch. So if you're here, welcome to today's B2B marketing hacks, marketing and sales hacks. This is our new live weekly webcast that I am doing on how to blanket statement, how to bridge the gap from marketing to sales. So I'll speak to that in just a moment. But if you're up here, if you're getting on the live stream, let me know. I want to say hi. I want this to be interactive. I have a lot of great stuff to share today related to B2B marketing, but I do want this to be interactive. So today is Monday, May 11th. Unless you're watching this on the recording, then it's some other day for you. And you very well could be watching this on the recording. And if you are, then I'm glad you are. I'll do, last week we did part 2 of how to hack, survive, and thrive in the COVID-19 economy. And I didn't go back and do the comments yet. I always leave clickable time markers in the comments so you can bounce around within the videos that we do. So I haven't done that yet. But I will be sure to go and do that. But I'm Ryan Girardi. Thank you for tuning in. Whether this is for the first time or the last, we are grateful for your visit. Hello, Adam. Adam the Thrasher. How's it going? You must be done with your interview. I know you said you had an interview today. You must be done with that. I hope that went well, Adam. I hope that went well. And I appreciate you tuning in. Today, as you can see, the focus that I've laid out for us is staying connected with not just customers, all right? I want to get you out of the mindset of just customers, but staying connected with customers and employees and partners through private digital communities, okay? I'm going to play a video to kick things off in just a moment. And then what we're going to do, this is of all the programming we do, and I don't know if you've ever heard this. I've used the phrase before, why businesses should think and act like a publisher. And if you look at Auto Conversion's content, if you look at all of our blogs and all of our social media, one thing you won't see for the most part is us talking about ourselves as far as what we do as a company. All of our content, it engages and interfaces with other people and other businesses. That's what we focus on. We focus on you. And I just had a conversation today with a colleague, and I was explaining to her how we would be interested in helping refer dealers to their product, like an affiliate. And she asked how, and I explained that, well, we would basically ask that we would set up a landing page, so we have attribution, and that we would want her and her company to come on to our programming about every 4 to 6 weeks. That's the frequency that I encourage, and participate in our content, and that would yield and invite people, and that would yield content to get their message out. And she asked, well, how do I know that that's working? And I said, well, we always have the coffers full. I spend all my time booking for our different pieces of programming. In fact, I'm going to start booking for this. I'm going to start inviting people. Now that we've got the format of this program worked out, I'm going to start inviting and booking for this as well. But then she asked, well, we already do all these things ourselves. And I said, that's great. You probably already know and appreciate how much time and effort it takes to do this stuff, to do webinars and webcasts, and probably doesn't even do podcasts, right? Live streaming, videos, blogs. She says, I absolutely do. It's a lot of effort. I said, well, that's basically what we do here. Okay. We are a private digital community, and you are able to leverage auto conversion in that light to benefit. Sorry, I wanted to share my screen, and I'm sharing my screen. Good. You're able to use our platform to co-create omni-channel multimedia content. Okay. So I'm not doing it yet with this program, with the B2B one, but all of our other programming, what we do is we do webcasts, we record them, and we make videos and blogs and podcasts from that. So let's walk through that process. Let me share something here. So starting something new. I published to our blog. You can see what we have here today, and it lays out the groundwork. Because normally when we think of B2B marketing, we think of things like branding and advertising, content marketing, inbound marketing, demand generation, lead generation. And all these things are things that are designed to, I should just stop sharing my screen, designed to get more, right? To get attention, right? That's what we're all trying to do. We're trying to create awareness. We're trying to spark interest. Those are the terms that I like to use. But what about things like staying connected, right? Staying engaged. And my favorite is gathering intel, because these are functions of sales. What do we do in sales? Well, hey, hey, Betty, just calling to check in with you, see how things are going, see what you're working on, see what I can do for you, right? That's the staying connected. It's not engagement. Engagement's when that person actually takes time to talk to you, maybe reaches out proactively on their own, right? That would be a form of engagement. But gathering intel, think about the sales qualification process. What you're handling objections, you're gathering information to qualify or disqualify that person as a prospective buyer. You're trying to understand who the stakeholders are, when the prospect of buying might actually occur, what that process looks like. Okay. These are all functions traditionally held in sales. And so what we're going to look at today is how a private digital community, how thinking and acting like a publisher helps you accomplish those traditional sales related functions. And then finally, we're going to answer the question. I bring this up every time: how to bridge the gap between marketing and sales. I am going to pretense that by saying there is no gap. And the reason why is this: look up the definition of marketing. I know it by heart, but look up the definition of marketing. Definition of marketing is the process by which products and services are entered into a marketplace. Okay. So we would refer to blogging as blog marketing. We would refer to live streaming as video marketing. We would refer to as podcasting as podcast marketing. Okay. Those are all forms or types of marketing is what they are. But sales is also a function of marketing. In fact, I'll take it a step further and say that sales is a function of client services. And I don't think many people really embrace that way of thinking, that sales is a function of client services. Let me do this. In the blog post that I have here, which has the live stream embedded, two things: a link to our PDF guide, our demand generation guide that you can get free. If you click that link, it'll take you to this page. And then you just hit that blue button, and you don't even have to fill anything out. You'll go right here to our PDF guide. Okay. Now, everything I'm talking about today and we're going to focus on this guide, is all part of under here, what we do, our approach. Our approach at the high level is we help create awareness. Okay. That's branding and advertising, help create awareness. The next phase is sparking interest. Okay. That's engagement. And that's what we're focused on today, is staying connected and engaging with employees and customers and partners. And the third part is driving demand, which we're going to cover, I think, next week. I think next week we're going to cover driving demand. Okay. Now, how do we create awareness and interest? All three of these intertwine. You're doing all three at the same time. In fact, what I wanted to draw your attention to is if you go to our B2B sign up page, you'll see here that when you sign up, you get access to GPA training. It's an on-demand, on any device online training course. Has over 8 hours of free training. In fact, I'm going to link to it right here. One thing I love about this, and this is the course that I was introduced to by its maker, Ian Coburn, who we've had here on the program before, and who really instilled into me that sales is a function of client services, which are functions of marketing, because sales and client services, just like demand generation and advertising, are processes to bring products and services into market. Okay. And what I love here, and this is a philosophy I think must be embraced, is the idea of a marketing funnel. So if you separate marketing and sales, if you separate them, then you have this idea of a gap. How do you get a lot of people from marketing to sales? One common term that's used is marketing qualified leads and sales qualified leads. Okay. And here's the mentality of sales, if you will, is a salespeople. I'm sorry if this is going to offend you, but salesperson can be lazy. Salespeople want sales qualified leads. They want hand raisers that are interested and want to learn about the product and they're ready to make a decision now. Some of the best salespeople you meet, once they determine you're not a buyer today, they're not that interested. Now, today, not meaning this particular day, might mean within 30 days. Every product has its own sales cycle. So that could vary. Okay. But if you're not ready to buy in the predefined sales cycle that the company has created, they're typically not interested. They want to kick it back to marketing. Okay. So let's look at the funnel here. And I apologize. I should check the live feed for any interaction. Okay. If you have questions or about what I'm showing you, just go ahead and use them. It's easier to hop up here on the Zoom, just so everybody knows if you're here live. Okay. So oftentimes we think of marketing as pre-sales. Okay. That's how we think of marketing. That's like I said at the beginning, most people will think of branding and advertising and lead generation and demand generation, all intend to get more awareness. Okay. And that the goal of marketing is to get people into that consideration phase, and then sales comes in. And when you look at it that way, you have a gap, but the gap doesn't actually exist. Okay. I'll go back to this page here. Your content marketing strategy can and should be doing all of those things. This is a good example. I've set up this program to attract companies that are looking to relieve pain in their B2B marketing. I've also used this to engage people that are in my funnel. That's the goal. Now, it's a new program. And let me tell you, most people I work with, honestly, they don't understand the importance. And the reason why is because they're busy trying to get their customers to engage with them, right? So while they're busy trying to get their customers to engage with them, what they're not able to do is put the time in to engage with this, and you have a gap. Okay. So now you have a gap. And that's why you need to combine all three into one. Let's go back here, creating demand. Okay. Creating demand is different from interest. Creating demand is getting people advocating and talking about what you do and why they should consider you. And I go back to this funnel. The goal of marketing isn't to qualify leads and give them to sales. It's to create an experience that has continuity at all times, to create awareness, get the message out, to get people constantly considering you and committing to you, and then becoming advocates and fans, getting that loyalty so that they talk about you. That's the goal. And you do that. You don't do that. You don't accomplish that if you're always trying to get people to this non-existent gap, because if there's a gap, they can fall right through it. All right, I'm going to take a break and play this video right here from Barton Goldenberg about private communities. Let me switch my audio. Give me 1 second. Actually, I'm just going to play it safe here. There we go. I did the wrong one. Hold on. There we go. All right, let's play this video.
Hello, my name is Barton Goldenberg, president of ISM. During these uncertain times, I wanted to connect with you and wish you and your families good health, strength, and resourcefulness. I know for all of us this is uncharted territory, and there will be difficult questions along the way. You should remember that we may be in this situation for what could be quite a while. So please pace yourself. Take time off to look after your physical and well-being and that of your families. Connect with others and be sure to have plenty of downtime. While there is uncertainty, our priorities at ISM remain clear. We will continue to fulfill our mission to help companies acquire, retain, and grow their customer base, however we can during these challenging times. We are committed to do whatever it takes to keep our customers supported and connected as we all adjust to a very different world. Almost all of our customers are currently shifting to support employee collaboration and keep their teams organized in a remote work environment. Customers are also isolated and want to stay connected with you. For many, this shift is overwhelming. At ISM for the past 8 years, we've been building private digital communities. And the goals of these communities is to enhance employee, customer, and partner collaboration. These digital communities are currently thriving, especially during these times where we can't see each other face to face. They're helping customers stay focused, and they're helping companies make sure they're collaborating effectively. To learn more about digital communities and how they work, click on the link.
All right, I'm gonna jump back in here. So Barton doesn't know me. I don't know him. I came across his video and listening, I've never used the term private digital community, but he's talking about exactly what we do here at Auto Conversion. I've always called us a member-driven, community-based social media and PR platform. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen, and notice he talked about staying connected and staying engaged with customers. That's what he focused on. Okay. So if you're a marketer and you're always thinking about getting more leads, okay, then you're not being true to the idea of marketing. Unfortunately, call a spade a spade. You're not being true to the idea of marketing, because marketing is all encompassing. All right. That you're only focused on part of it. So sure, focus on demand generation, but just because somebody becomes a customer doesn't mean they're always going to be aware of what you're doing, right? Thinking of you. They're not always committed to you, and they're certainly not always loyal to you. So your marketing strategy needs to be focused on all those areas. In other words, it needs to be doing everything at all times. Okay. All right. Let's do this. And by the way, all these ideas, as a reminder, they're in the description of this video is a link to our program. And when you sign up, you'll get access to that GPA train sales course I was showing you. Okay. And we'll also give you a copy of our B2B demand generation guide. Now, today's focus was meant to be on all three phases as a whole. And that's what we're focused on right now. Okay. So I'm going to show you some examples of how this works in motion. Here is a LinkedIn article. I selectively publish things on LinkedIn, mainly because I can tag the people and the companies that the content's for. Now, all not disclaimers for transparency, Lyman and her company are sponsors of Auto Conversion, but I'm showing you what we do for our sponsors. This is what we do, and private members. And I'll talk about private membership in a little bit. More informed shoppers buy more and spend more. Mobile first websites for auto retailers. Okay. 2 different messages, right? Now, no one's going to see that graphic unless they're looking at the post. This is what everyone's going to see in their feed. It's general, right? Now we link to the LinkedIn company page and to the subject. Okay. One philosophy that I embrace is try to keep people in the network that they're in. Okay. The minute you want to link somebody out, then you're going to tell the algorithm that you're trying to take people out. Got a quote here. And look, we have a video, same photo, different visual. What you see is the thumbnail. Okay. Now you may or may not have noticed there's auto conversion there, but look up here. Very subtly is auto conversion there. In fact, it could probably be a little darker. You don't want your logo screaming. Okay. You don't need that. But I use these translucent, almost watermark types in graphics a lot. Just so that if the graphic is repurposed, because people do that it's in there, and they would have to take the time to cover it up. Now watch this video. I'm not going to play the whole thing. It's a 90-second video that you're looking at here. Now, notice it's got the wave bite, okay, and it's got captions. It's a 90-second video with captions. Probably took a couple of 2 or 3 hours to put this together, would be my guess. The reason it doesn't have Lyman talking on camera is because the video clip the lighting didn't come out that great, right? So we made what we call like an audio card out of this. Now at the bottom, so we're focused here on a message, okay? We have a broad message here, mobile first websites, millennial Gen Z shoppers. And then the core message here is that the more informed shopper buys more and spends more. And then what we link to the client, okay, and the company page. We link to the original conversation where this came from. And in this case, it's published. It was originally a webcast. Keep that in mind. But look, the full webcast is right here. So we're linking to the original conversation. Now this post, notice this is from January. All right. The conversation took place in January. And this was the first time that Lyman and I had met. Let's start there. We have a weekly show every Wednesday that we use to bring people into auto conversion. That's why we have the show. And then from there, we build a process to see if there's a good fit there. So the show, which was presented here, this whole post has been updated after the fact. But the show is used. Let me see if I can get a different example. I don't, sorry. I should have had one up. Is our qualification process. So in the conversation, I was able to determine whether or not that there might be a good potential fit. I was able to, not handling objections, but get qualified information. Now, in our case, we made a podcast. It's right here. And this interview is one of 3 different segments in that podcast. And we're going to make the podcast anyway. Okay. But now that I have it, I can go back and put it into context. So we updated the graphic, the title, the blog post itself. Okay. And what else do I want to show you? Oh, now that 321 is a client, now we're linking to their website. Okay. In a trackable way. Now let me go to a different post. This came out in April, early April. Adaptability. Look who's tagged, 321 and Lyman. When you're tagged in the blog, in this case, look at that. Now you see every post that Lyman's tagged in. Okay. I actually did not use the video because the video actually wasn't created yet. But what I did, if you search here for Lyman, notice that we have her quoted. Okay. And I linked to the video. In this case, I'm linking to this video. And you can see what I mean about the color there, okay? In B2B, the content that you make has a shelf life of, I would argue, about 12 to 18 months. So it's worth bringing people back to the content. So not only were we able to include Lyman in a post and bring the relevance of her message into the article, we then went ahead and made a whole new video. Whoops, I skipped it, sorry. And made a separate article, all from the same conversation in January. And that's just one piece of the conversation. Seriously, one piece. So this is what I mean by creating content. What are we doing here? Let's go back to the funnel. We're creating awareness. Okay, we're creating awareness. Now, someone that might be engaged with auto conversion, that might be the second or third time they've seen Lyman and that message. And what is that doing? That's getting them to consider. Okay, so we're accomplishing both. Now, we're not here to sell a product. Okay, that's what if the user is intrigued enough, going back to this post, and wants to go research Lyman in 321, they can do that. And that will, now they'll be in 321's funnel. Okay. Because my focus here is, obviously we have a couple different audiences, but we want to create commitment and loyalty within our member base. But this is how we're helping Lyman right now in that area. I'm going to go to a second example. Okay. I'm going to use, we had on a same show last week. So every Wednesday we do the mobility, tech, and connectivity show. And here is the announcement. We have a recurring Facebook event, and we put out the announcement that we'll have Suzanne Defrey from Informa Markets. Now, look, we were able to tag Informa, all right? And we staged it all up. Now, what you see here is you have reached 159 people and 10 engagements. That's pretty good for an organic, non-paid post. Now, you can drop $5 or $10 or $15 and reach tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people. I get that, okay? That is a form of, going back here, that's a form of awareness. You can purchase awareness on the cheap, but you cannot purchase interest and engagement. That has to be earned. That has to be developed. Okay. I wanted to use this as an example. I mean, look, we do 10 to 12 different programs every single month. If I were to boost every single one of those, we'd be spending thousands of dollars to just reach a whole bunch of people. And we just have all this reach, and you don't necessarily need that. And as far as I'm concerned, that can be kind of a race to the bottom. Now, if there's an individual campaign that's very specific, sure, by all means, do that. All right, what I'm going to do, let me just check the feed here, see how things are going for people. If you're up here, let me know. I'm not seeing a ton of engagement, and I know this isn't the most engaged. It's a brand new session. I'm still kind of working on the formula, but let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of what we're showing you. Okay. You know what else I should show? Watch this. I'm showing you how we connect the content. Watch. The video ended. How do I get out of here? Go back to the video. Watch this. See this here? This is called a card. Okay. Suggested conversation. All right. If you click that, that's intentionally placed there. Okay. What I'm doing is if you're watching the video short, because it's hosted by YouTube, we can draw attention to a related video. In fact, if you go to the end, let me just close that. There's the same video. Actually, it's a different video that shows up right there. Okay. These are features within YouTube that allows you to tie in related content. All right, let's go through the process here on this. All right. Let's see here. All right. What I just showed you is is a way that we make content for, in this case, a sponsor, and how we used our show. So you can see now, I was referring to the mobility tech, it's called the Mobility Tech and Connectivity Show, but referred to as a transportation hour as well. Okay. So we invite people, that's not the page I wanted. We invite people to be on these programs. Oh, I know where I wanted to head to. So you can see under masterminds, we have auto retail, B2B, which you're on now, leadership, and mobility. Okay. And if you look at our calendar of programming, it's like I said, we are every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we have a program. And the goal is to fill 2 to 3 seats in each of those. And I'm going to start doing that on this program too. Just not doing it right now. So do the math. I need to fill 30 to 50 seats every month. Every month, I need to fill 30 to 50 seats. So that's the appointment setting process. Okay. Whether you're a customer, a former customer, never heard of us, all right? We're constantly creating awareness by inviting people to participate in the programming, to come on as a guest. All right. So going back to the funnel here, during that process, we're able to create that engagement so that everybody consider what to do, what that relationship looks like. And if we create enough interest there, then we get into this commit phase where we start doing stuff together. So I'm going to ask you to commit today. We have 4 membership programs. And don't be afraid of them. For B2B marketing professionals, we're asking you to become a member for $150 a year. What does that do for you? Everything I just showed you, you can benefit from as often as once a month, which would be a lot. I don't even recommend you do this every month. And it doesn't even require that much of your time. Okay. So what are we doing here? When you participate in one of these programs, I'm going to go back to here. I thought I had the page up. I did. So we have a tech show where we need 2 to 3 seats filled, if not more. We actually have we have a whole auto retail marketing. Okay. When you show up as a video panelist, you're in the content and you're influencing what's being talked about. You also want to invite people to participate. Okay. You want to invite others to participate. Think of what that does for the person. Say, hey, I always use the name Betty. I don't know why. Betty, you do some amazing stuff. I love what you're doing over here with your company. You know, I'm going to be on a panel discussion in June. We're going to be talking about bridging the gap between marketing and sales. Do you think you'd be interested in joining me as a panelist? I mean, what kind of flattery is that, right? That's great flattery. And then the benefit of them participating is what? They're in the content. I'll go back and use this. Here's Suzanne. She invited Phil and Gretchen and Sarah. Okay. So she invited 3 people from her network. And we had a great conversation. Great conversation. And it's set the stage to have more conversations like that. Okay. So in one sense, Sarah did kind of a, what do you call that? Oh, there's a word for it. I just blanked on it, but you're complimenting people in your network by inviting them. And then they get tagged in the content. I don't have the post up, the LinkedIn post. It's easier to tag people in LinkedIn. But all these people here got to be heard and recognized. They're in a video. They're going to be included in the podcast. They're going to be tagged in social media. Okay. So that's where all this works. We have plenty of opportunity. Think of auto conversion as your network. As a member, you can leverage the platform strategically to network with people around subject matters that you're an expert of. And the byproduct, the media is the byproduct. And on top of that, as a member, we give you access to the files. Okay. That's what we do for our sponsors too. There's a sponsorship page in here. I should go to that. We give you access to the files. So not only are you going to benefit from us making the content, you're going to be able to post-produce the content however you want as well. So I'm gonna wrap this up. We're all done for today. I did what I set out to do. Let me make sure I got it. We went through the misconception of bridging the gap. We went through Lyman's pieces. I showed you the funnel with GPA Train, which, by the way, you can get access to for free when you sign up for our program. We'll go back here. Okay. Go to autoconversion.net, go to B2B marketing, register for this. I'd love to have you on the show. Okay. We're going to start doing that. We're going to start having guests on here. And we're talk about what others do in B2B marketing. If you're a job seeker, here you go. If you're a job seeker, look under here. Look at our job seekers. Okay. It's a whole different program. Same idea. You can come and be part of the content. Think about this. You're looking for a job. You're going to submit your resume and your cover letter, and a recruiter is going to spend 10 seconds on that. Okay. They're going to spend 10 to 30 seconds looking at your resume. And it's either going to go one pile or the other. Well, if it goes in the right pile, guess what they're going to do next? They're going to go Google you. And what are they going to find? I don't know. But imagine if they found this content. Imagine if they found you in an article featured right here, okay, which you would share on your page. What would they do? They're going to read that. They're going to click a video and they're going to get to see you talking. They're going to get to hear you and your thought leadership, okay? And you need more than one piece. So the whole purpose of the job seeker, is for $25 a month, because you're not going to need it forever, hopefully. You can participate. You can get on these panels. So my recommendation is that you show up 2 to 3 times a month while you're looking for a job. Invite people. You could even invite people that are considering you. Think about that. Imagine you're trying to fill a position, and the person that you're considering invites you to be on a panel discussion to talk about their business, to talk about your business. Think about that. So this is a great, smart program. And the whole idea is that for $25 a month, you can start participating right away. All right. And then when you have a job, you can bump up to the next program, which would be wherever I was, the B2B marketing one, if that's where you are. Okay. So lots of good stuff, you guys. Appreciate everybody that's tuned in live or watching the recording. Now remember, these recordings for this program are only available to those who are registered with the series. Okay. Because then what we do is we actually have a channel in our Slack network. You ever notice the link up here to Slack? We should have a channel related to this program that's in there. That's the only way to access the recordings to this program. Okay. This is the new format. The next thing we're going to start doing is bringing on guests. Okay. So you get to hear what other people do from a B2B marketing level. So if that's you and you're interested, let me know. That's the next step. So we'll do guest interviews. We will look at a subject like we did today, and we'll walk through some samples of the output that we do and the benefits of being a sponsor or a member. All right. That's it for today. I'm Ryan Girardi. Thank you. And hope everyone's doing well out there. I am your B2B marketing coach. That's what I'm here for. Lean on that and let me know how I can help you. I'm happy to help in any way I can. Go to autoconversion.net, get yourself registered. We'll be back next week. I forget what we're focusing on. I think we're going to focus specifically on demand generation next week. All right. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you.